You know what I think we're gonna do? We're gonna build it out of fiberglass. Let's do that. And we're back. You guys probably haven't figured out yet what we're doing. I'm just kidding. If you haven't figured it out, that's an issue. Today we are starting the wide body, custom wide body that we're building from scratch on this EG Civic. Now, the reason I chose this car in particular is, all jokes aside, it is a piece of shit. But the main reason is if something goes wrong, because I've never done this before, I'm new to this, then we have nothing to worry about. This all said, so we went 2 inches in the front. If you missed the last video, we went 4 inches in the rear. It's not a rear wheel drive. It's not an all wheel drive, but I just think it looks more gangster with the rear booty like that. So I think the plan is I want to build some sort of the wide body fender flare, but I want to have it kind of hollow in here. So it'll come off up here and down. We'll keep this flat lip here, but obviously wider because we're gonna cut that out. And then a pocket in here, which will be perfect for all the road debris and water that can spray up the side of the car. The rear, I think I'm gonna keep, like, see how it's bubbly and smooth? I think I'm gonna keep that transition with the exception of the gas door. Bubbly and smooth, but wide. Not sure yet about this molding on the side. We may eliminate that altogether. I don't know, but yeah. Without further ado, let's get started here. I'm just gonna kind of jump through this so you guys can watch it. I won't do a whole bunch of talking because, to be honest, I want to focus. I've never done this before and I want it to look good for you guys. So let's get cruising. So I've never done this before, but a few things pop out to me that we should be doing in preparation. Probably fix whatever is happening there. I kind of visualize the flare coming off of here a couple inches and then making kind of a pocket for the headlights. So I think the flare might come down on here. So we're gonna need this to be fitting right. This said, we're gonna be using foam. The thing with foam is it sticks to everything. So I think I'm going to put some masking tape on here, and then I might actually put some tuck tape, the red tuck tape, to act as like a poly barrier over top of this. Because I've never done this before, but I do know composites. So if we put some poly over this, then at least we have a good release. I'm gonna take this tire off and I'm gonna wrap it in some plastic. And then we're gonna start our cardboard mold. I think we're gonna come straight off here about 2 inches, and then we'll build a wall. I don't think I'm gonna worry about building the pocket until after. I think I'll cut it out. All that confidence, that's what I got. Let's do this. Now, for those wondering why I'm doing this, the reason is we put the foam on here, the foam will stick to the paint, the foam will stick to this, but it will not stick to the tuck tape. However, if we put tuck tape directly on here, it's gonna stick all too well. So we're gonna put this down, put the tuck tape down, that'll give us a nice barrier of protection. But you want it somewhat smooth, otherwise you're gonna end up with a rough surface like that. I'd like to also point out that this car hasn't been washed in literally over 9 years. I don't know how many of you actually saw the video of me pulling it out of the bush, but it's been a minute.
Yeah, I am a smart mouth. How'd you think I wound up where I am, who I am by now? Just another minute till we sisters sign off. So if you're not with it, wave bye bye bye. Babe, I got a third eye. I don't do receipts, I'm a witch, fill me up for my switch. I'm a bitch, I'm a devil in disguise. Got 'em hypnotized, they don't even know what it is. They're in on the ride of their life lifetime. Look at the control is, hype me up, we're gonna have a real bad time. They don't even know what it is. They're in on the ride of their life lifetime. Look at the control is, hype me up, we're gonna have
All right, so this is what I made. I made this little pocket thing here. I don't actually know what I'm doing, so I'm not like telling you guys what to do because I've never done this. I know there's a lot of different ways to do it, but all right, next I've got some liquid foam. We're gonna fill this up in 4 or 5 intervals because it does generate a pile of heat. And not only does it generate a pile of heat, it expands and puts a lot of pressure on. I don't want a lot of pressure all at once because I made this thing, as you can tell, out of tape. So that said, yeah, let's do this. Okay, so I'm gonna do 1,000 ml at a time, or 1 liter at a time. This is kind of nerve-wracking because they showed me in the store how fast this shit it takes off, and it's definitely not slow. So I'm mixing it in 2 cups, and then I'm gonna dump it in the main container. I'm dumping it in this big bucket to give me some wiggle room for it to start swimming. Okay, so that's 500 of A. We need 500 of B. Well, this is, oh fuck, this thing's under a lot of pressure. Did you guys hear that? Holy smokes. Okay, 500. Okay, so that's 500. So it expands 20 times its size. And I think I'm gonna label these cups quick here so I don't forget. Because if we happen to put them in the wrong one, we're gonna have a problem. A, B. All right, here we go, guys. Never done this before, but it was the first time for everything. So I got this giant bucket to give us some wiggle room. Let's go with that. Okay, let's go over here. Hopefully we have no holes. Just like that. See that? I said no holes. Well, perfect. Any holes on this side? Yep, of course. But if it starts foaming fast enough, we'll be okay. Okay, I don't know what's actually coming out of though. Oh, this side was sealed pretty good. Maybe the key is not to put it in so liquidy. I don't even know where it's coming out of. There must be a pinhole somewhere. Yeah, I just put some tape in a random spot and it seemed to seal. It must be a tiny, tiny hole. I don't know how right to clean this up. Where did this come out of? How did this leak over here? What happened here? Well, I think right there. Too bad you can't test it with water or something first. I put a bright light in there and I didn't see anything. Do I dare pour this in there and see if anything happens? Yeah, see, it's still leaking. Where the hell is it coming out of? Where are you coming out of? Oh boy, I did not anticipate that. I should have put some plastic down. Okay, so that was just 500 mil or 1,000 mil total. And we already did half of it. I'm worried about the hood. We're gonna do a carbon hood later. But one little hole, I can't even find the hole. And as it expands, we end up with this giant mess. Oh well, it's sealing up now. We're gonna put down probably another 1,000 mil right away here. We're not even half done pouring the first fender, and I'm questioning what have I got myself into. So, as it turns out, tiny little pinhole leaks that shit pours through and makes a giant mess on the floor. If anybody knows how to get spray foam or foam insulation off a concrete floor, drop me a comment because I seem to have an abundance of it right now. But nonetheless, things are slowly going. You gotta look at the glass half full. How do you learn something? How do you get better at something? Practice. I've never done this before. I probably should have had lower expectations and expected a mess, but nonetheless, here we are. Things are expanding good. I don't know what to expect if I take it off. If there's a bunch of air pockets, I guess so be it, we can fill them. That's one reason I didn't go with the aerosol cans a lot of people use, is you're constantly filling in air pockets. But nonetheless, so we're 1,000 mil into our 8 liters, so we're 1 liter into our 8. But this fender, for the most part, is done. I'm gonna mix up a few hundred more mil, maybe 500 total. I'll pour it on top to smooth it off. Update. Could I have made a bigger mess? Probably not. But I got a good feeling. I got a good feeling about this. We're gonna remain optimistic and we're gonna get through this. Right? I hope. I'll show you what we have. So this is the start of our wide body. Although it doesn't look like much, feel like I can visualize it. But what we also have is a giant mess and spray foam on the wheel. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna get through this. So we're on the right track. Obviously the car's not lowered yet, so we've got to deal with that. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna taper this off this way. Taper it like that. And then I'll come down, I'm gonna leave a flat edge across here. And then I think back here, we'll take it across here. And then hollow out this, I think. Let's see what we can do. On a side note to everything, I love how I've got foam everywhere on everything, but some of those clips got messed up yesterday. I don't know what happened to my memory card. Nonetheless, we're here, but a lot has changed. So let's do a quick walk around on the car. You can see what's changed and what we're gonna do today. So starting on the front, we're getting pretty close. The black is just a guide coat to make sure it's level. Apparently it doesn't work great on foam, so there's that. But we're getting pretty close. You can see there's a little wave right there. I gotta fix still. I do have the cut in there for the bumper separation. Shape-wise, we're pretty close. I kept it wide down here and it looks pretty good. We've gotta lower the car still, of course. That's almost exactly what the OE gap is. The rear, we're getting pretty close back here. Obviously I got some tape on there. I've been doing some touch-ups here and there where there's major holes. But we're getting pretty close, and the plan back here is I'm gonna have a big open vent here, I think, of some sort. So here's the next problem, guys. I feel like this car needs a side skirt. Unfortunately, I did not want to build a side skirt, but I think we're gonna have to. So this is the car now. Obviously, you know, we're over 2 inches wider here. We're about 4 inches wider there, and then we have this plain center here. Yeah, so we're gonna need to build a side skirt of some sort. Well, one, I'm not sure how I'm gonna build a side skirt, to be honest with you. I'm gonna have to build the box and then fill it somehow with the door. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't. But that said, I'm always up for a challenge. Let's get it. So guys, I did a time lapse, but apparently I was so focused on the memory card this morning, I forgot to charge my GoPro. So anyway, I missed, I don't know how much of it. I don't actually know where the GoPro died. Anyway, this is what we ended up with. I definitely pictured that going differently.
I saw that going differently in my mind.
But we have a shape we can work with, you see. Let's give this a trim, clean it up a little bit, and we'll see what we can do. So again, it's kind of like your stepsister where it's ugly but functional. I think it's the right idea. I might have to take a different approach at it though. You know what I think we're gonna do? We're gonna build it out of fiberglass. Let's do that. So we're gonna let this cure up here, guys. And once it's finished curing, we'll come along, make sure everything's nice and straight, and then we'll start putting the body filler on there. In the meantime, on the back, before I lay any fiberglass, I gotta make sure it's straight. Well, guys, I gotta say, I'm glad we made the side skirt. It was a little bit of a shit show. Actually, that's not true. It was about a 7.5 or 8 hour shit show for one. But I think it looks pretty good. You guys tell me what you think. Let's see. So I got some more trimming to do here. Back there. It's just held up by tape right now. But so it's kind of hard to see the whole thing. But yeah, I think it was definitely necessary. I do have a little bit more work to do there with it, but I mean, overall, I think it looks pretty good. Okay, guys, we're gonna leave it at that until the next video. I wanna make sure I see you guys all here as we finish up this wide body EG Civic. No, we're not gonna finish up. Next video, we're gonna be doing some molding, a couple 100 hours of molding. So anyway, we'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching. Do all the good stuff, like, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. I repeated myself there, didn't I? What are you gonna do, right?